Yeah, good afternoon. It's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Excuse me. Oh, man. I get a drink of water here. Holy cow. Start talking and I have no voice. I talked to a gal at the supermarket. It was fine then. Anyway, we're going to wrap up April 29th today, 1966, of course, with the St. Louis Cardinals at the San Francisco Giants. It'll be Ray Sadecki on the mound for the Cardinals. It says Giants. Yeah, that even threw me for a second there. Bob Shaw will pitch for the Giants. Both these pitchers would be traded in season. Sadecki, we know, of course, will be swapped early May to the Giants for Orlando Cepeda. Bob Shaw will go to the Mets, and I don't remember the particulars of that trade. And greetings, Mike C. Hello, Kenyon Gray. And greetings, Franklin Long. Welcome, guys. In the replay so far, well, first of all, let's get to the records. The Cardinals come in with a 5-9 record. They are 5.5 games out of first place. The Giants come in at 10-6, just a game and a half back, and they can pick up a half game here today. Sadecki for the Cardinals so far has been in 2 games, 1 start. He has a 4.50 ERA and 8 innings of work. Shaw's been in 4 games, 3 starts. He's 2-0 with a 4.09 ERA across 22 innings. And greetings, Coast Kid 1958. I assume, much like my moniker, that would be your birth year. Would that be correct? So Sadecki and Shaw. Sadecki a lefty, of course. Shaw a right-hander. And I'll get to the starting lineups here in just a second. First, I'm going to enjoy a little more of my coffee. Oh yeah, that's splendid. Okay, here we go. For the Cardinals, leading off in right field is Lou Brock. Batting second in left field, Alex Johnson. In the 3 spot in center, Curt Flood. Tim McCarver will do the catching and bat 4th. Charlie Smith is at third base. George Kernick at first base, computer-only card, printed from the Windows game. He bats 6th. Julian Javier is at second. Jerry Buchek, the shortstop, hits 8th. And Sadecki, the pitcher, a marvelous hitting pitcher, 8N hitting card, the best you can be. He's a left-handed batter. He bats 9th. And yeah, of course, what else could it be? And here's the Giants lineup. It'll be Jim Davenport leading off at shortstop. Ollie Brown in right field moves up to the 2 slot. Willie McCovey at first base hits 3rd. Willie Mays in center hits 4th. So Herman Franks has elected to flip-flop the 3 and 4 hitters against the left-hander Sadecki. Jim Rayhart plays third base, bats 5th. Jesus Alou in left field. Bob Barton will do the catching today. Hal Lanier at second base hits 8th, and Shaw hits 9th. A day off for Tom Haller behind the plate, so Barton will be the catcher. Actually, it's in a few days, Kenyon. I think it's May 8th of this year. It's close to that anyway. It might be May 3rd even. Yeah, well, they certainly lost on the trade. I can see why they did it. Couple of reasons. One, they needed a starting pitcher badly. They were trying to win in 1966. The rotation was a little bit short. Secondly, with McCovey on the team, they tried playing Cepeda in left field, which we've seen a few games in this replay already, but a 4 E25 plus 2. And McCovey would have been about the same. So you basically had 2 first basemen, no designated hitter at that time. So you could keep him and let him flounder around in left field. I think they could have gotten more for him. But they pretty much had to deal him. And the Giants take the field now. Cool but sunny afternoon in Spokane, temperature around 39 degrees. In San Francisco, this was a night game with just under 19,000 in the stick on a cool and windy evening, but what else is new? For the stick, that is. And greetings, Kelly Hibbs, and welcome. Shaw ready to work now, the righty makes his final warm-up toss, and Lou Brock steps in from the left side as the umpire shouts, play ball. And here's Shaw's wind-up in the first pitch of the ball game. That's going to be a 3-12 against the right-hander. That's a base hit for Lou Brock, and Brock starts off with a leadoff single. And we all know what that means. Brock, a star 19 Steeler, 2 for 7 with the lead. Shaw, a very poor hold at a +4. Barton, a +2, so that means that Brock even held as a 1 through 18, assuming he gets the lead, which he's going to try for right now, 2 through 7. On a 9, he does not get the lead. Let's check him on the second number. They say you've got a +5, 4 + 2, 6, of course, 5 the most it can be. So you've got a +5 battery, making him 20 on the second number, -4 for the hold. He's still a 1 through 16. And here's the pitch to Johnson, and there goes Brock. The throw down, he's stolen it. Lou Brock with a stolen base. And for Lou, that is his, where is Brock? That's his 6th stolen base of the year. He came in batting .215, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. So Brock at second now, nobody out, just getting underway here. And there's the next pitch to Alex Johnson. A 3-5 to the righty is a triple to 2, but on a 17, that's going to be a playable fly ball for Jesus Alou. Fly ball B, Brock can tag up and go to third on that. Left field's -2, Alou's a -1, so that would make him a 14. He's going to go ahead and hold up with only 1 away. And here's, actually, no, he's not, because he can only be thrown out on a 20. He's tagging up, 1 to 14, he's in there. Brock tags up, goes to third. My mistake. I almost blew that one. Sorry, guys. And there you go, Kelly. Yeah, always a great evening when it starts off with a little Jethro Tull. And here's Curt Flood now. Brock at third. The Giants will play back this early in the ball game. Shaw for the windup now. The pitch to Curt Flood, a 4-6, swung on and missed strike 3. Flood down on strikes. 2 away now, and here's McCarver. McCarver comes into the game leading the club in hitting. He's batting .421, 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. First pitch from Shaw is outside, pitching carefully to McCarver. And now here's his next pitch to the catcher. On a 5-6, it's a tapper down to second base. That's going to be Lanier. Smooth-handed Lanier scoops it up and throws him out, and that will retire the side. So the Cardinals strand Lou Brock at third base. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We've played a half an inning. It's Cardinals nothing. Giants coming to bat. And very good point, Mike. See, the Phillies have the same problem with Tomei and Howard. That was, now I'm thinking of Frank Howard. My mind's stuck in 1966. That was, oh my God, why can't I think of his name? David Howard? What a mental block. I want to say David Howard of the Phils. Ryan Howard, thank you. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I should know that. It's a mental block. I can still picture him and Utley in their guest appearance on It's Always Sunny. Anyone remember that? That was a good one. That was the one where D, Frank, and Mac were lost in the woods, and D found the rabbit and named it Peter Nichols Eater. I can't help it. That's fucking funny. Okay, Davenport ready to go now. Sadecki set to deliver. He gets the sign from McCarver. The windup, the pitch to Davenport, a 1-9 against the left-hander is a grounder to shortstop. That'll be Buchek. He's got it, throws him out, and there's one down. Yeah, meanwhile, Dennis and Charlie are in Philly meeting Utley and Howard. Here's Ollie Brown now. I'm neglecting my stat duties here. Davenport came in leading the Giants in batting at .385, 1 homer, 4 RBIs. Brown hitting .292, 7 for 24, no homers, 2 runs batted in. Sadecki into the windup. The pitch is a 6-9 to the right. He gets a tapper down to third base. That's going to be Smith. He's got it. Throws across in time, and there's 2 away. And with 2 down, it'll be Willie McCovey, the batter. McCovey comes in at .316, 6 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Left on left now. Sadecki comes to the plate, 3-7, struck him out. And just like that, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ray Sadecki. We've played an inning here at the stick, no score. Thanks for dropping in, guys. I do appreciate the company and the camaraderie in the chat. And that's right, Franklin. You get it all. Maybe a little more than you bargained for at times. Okay, Shaw getting ready to go to work in the second now. It'll be Smith, Kernick, and Javier. Shaw into the windup. The pitch to Charlie Smith. That's going to be a 6-9 to the right. He has a homer 1 through 8. High fly ball deep to left field. It's going to hold up, however, for Alou on a 13, who makes the catch on the track. So let's take another look at that one. 6-9. Smith has the power. Homer to 8, 13, fly ball to left field. 1 down, and here's Kernick. Kernick, a left-handed batter. Kernick comes in hitting, where is Kernick? Amazingly, Kernick's hitting .333. That's right, 14 for 42. No home runs and only 1 RBI, but still, for basically a nameless card, the Cardinals have gotten some nice production out of this card. And here's the pitch from Shaw. On a 6-6 to the left, he swung on and missed strike 3, and down goes Kernick. And with 2 away, it will be Julian Javier. Javier comes in hitting a mere 153 on the season, 9 for 54. No homers, 2 ribbies. Here's Shaw's pitch on a 4-6 to the right-hander, swung on and missed strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Bob Shaw. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. And just like that, we played an inning and a half scoreless. Sadecki getting ready to work in the bottom of the second. It's going to be Mays, Hart, and Alou, 3 right-handed batters. Mays comes in hitting .355. He leads the National League with 7 home runs. Second with 15 RBIs. Boy, and you picked a good one, Kenyon. I always say I believe... And of course, it's, you could debate it all day, but I believe that Mays was the best all-around player to ever play the game. And here's Sadecki's pitch on a 1-2, liner to third, right into the glove of Smith. So Mays hit it hard, but right at the third baseman, and there's 1 down, and here's Jim Ray Hart. Hart comes in hitting .361, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs. Sadecki into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Hart, a 5-9 to the righty. It's a fly ball into center field. That's going to be playable for Flood. Easy play for Curt Flood, 2 down. And the batter will be Jesus Alou. Alou hitting 189 on the season so far. No home runs, 4 RBIs. Sadecki into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 3-3 against the left-hander. It's a tapper down to first base. Kernick to his right. He's got it. Underhand to Sadecki covering. And it's 6 up, 6 down for Sadecki. We've played 2 innings and we're still scoreless. Just getting started, folks. Pour yourself a cup, or if you're back east, you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, as I used to say. Not that I do much of that anymore. I have no problem with it. Jesus, I've got a wine closet I had to actually cancel a couple of my club shipments because I'm stockpiling way too much wine. We go to the third. It's going to be Buchek, Sadecki, and Brock. Shaw ready to go now. He gets the sign from Barton, and here's the windup, the pitch to Jerry Buchek. That's a 3-5 against the righty. Single to 11 on a 10. That's going to be past the outstretched glove of Lanier and into right field. So a leadoff single by Buchek. And here's Sadecki. Sadecki, an 8 hitters card with N power, left-handed batter. That's as good as it gets. And he's going to swing away. This is too good of a hitting pitcher to drop a bunt down. Shaw for the stretch. That's a 6-9 to the left-hander. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. Bat goes Brown. It's off the wall for a double. It's an open double for Sadecki. Buchek can try to score on that. It's picked up by Mays, who's a -4 gun in center. Buchek at 1 through 12. He'd be a 1 through 8. No, thank you, he says, as he holds up at third base. But the Cardinals are in business. Runners at second and third and nobody out. And Ray Sadecki with a double. And here's Lou Brock, singled. Stole second in the first inning. And yeah, by 4 p.m. here, Franklin, I'm usually anything after about 2 o'clock, I have switched to decaf tea. I used to do coffee all day or caffeinated tea, but I'm trying to sleep better lately. Whether it's working or not is up for debate. And welcome, Double D. Glad to have you, sir. Second and third, no score. That's interesting. The Giants will pull the infield in for Brock. The windup and the pitch. A 6-5 to the left-hander. Swung on and missed, strike 3. What a big strike out there for Shaw. 1 down. Infield still in for Alex Johnson. Johnson flew out to left his first time up. I don't think I mentioned Johnson's average. He came into the game hitting .309. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Infield in. Here's the pitch from Shaw, a 5-4 to the right-hander. Is a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Jim Ray Hart. Nothing automatic about that, as Hart is a 4E30. And here's the roll on the play. On a 20, he's got it. Ground ball C with the infield in. The runners hold. So the infield in saves a run. 5-3X, 2 away. And it'll be up to Curt Flood. So Shaw trying to get out of this jam. He had second and third and nobody out. Now they're still standing at second and third and there's 2 away. Shaw from the windup. The pitch to Flood. That's a 3-12 against the righty. And he hits him. Holy crap, the bases are loaded on a hit by pitch. And here comes McCarver, nowhere to put him. Shaw getting his sign from Barton now. The windup, And the pitch, a 6-7 to the left-hander. Grounder to second base X. That's the sure-handed Hal Lanier, a 2-E-8. And here's the play. On a 16, he's got it. He'll go the short way to Davenport, and that will retire the side. So Shaw gets out of another jam, leaves the bases loaded, no runs, 2 hits. Cardinals have already squandered several opportunities, and we're just getting started. Hang on just a second. I think I need to... There we go. I didn't have the full dice tray in the screen, in the frame, as they say. Sadecki getting ready to work the bottom of the inning. It will be the bottom of the order for San Francisco with Barton, Lanier, and Shaw. I'm going to sip a little of my coffee. And what's Double D got going on here? Playing his 1979 NL East replay. That's a good one. I'm going to guess Pittsburgh fan, Double D. That was the We Are Family year. Co-MVPs in the NL. Keith Hernandez and, of course, Pops Stargell. It's funny I can name you that from memory, and I can't even tell you who won it last year. Yeah, I guess I can. It was Acuna and Ohtani. Okay, I can. But don't ask me about 2022. Yes, old man memory. It's funny how it works, isn't it? I tell you who won the Cy Young Award in 1971, but I can't tell you who did it in 2022. Here's Barton now. Sadecki with the pitch. It's a 1-7 against the lefty. That's going to be a grounder to shortstop. Playable for Jerry Buchek. He's got it. Throws across, one away. And here's Hal Lanier now. Lanier comes into the game, hitting .217 on the season. He's played every game. No homers, 2 RBIs. For Barton, that was his first at bat of the season. I think Hyatt may have had an at bat. Other than that, no, Haller's caught every game. Haller's been in 16 games. It's possible he pinch hit in one of those games, but I don't think so because I don't see another catcher with an at-bat here in the Giants' statistics. So here's Lanier with 1 out. The left-hander winds and deals a 2-6 grounder to shortstop. Buchek again. He's got it. 2 down. And that will bring up Shaw. Shaw, no Sadecki. What a decent hitting pitcher in his own right. He's a 4W, right-handed batter. And the pitch from Sadecki, 6-5 to the righty, is a fly ball into right field. That's playable for Lou Brock, who he'll take it, and that'll retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down again in the third for Sadecki, who's been flawless through 3. And after 3 innings here at Candlestick, we are scoreless. And it will be Smith, Kernick, and Javier for the Cardinals in the 4th. I didn't get Smith's stats in there. Smith comes in second to McCarver on the team in hitting. He comes into the game with a .386 average, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Shaw ready to work now. The windup, the pitch to Smith, a 5-2 to the right-hander is a tapper to shortstop. That'll be Davenport. He's got it. 1 down. Here's Kernick now. Kernick struck out his first time up. Shaw gets his sign. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-8 to the left-hander. A triple through 2 on a 3. Kernick's going to settle for a long single. And Kernick's aboard with a 1-out single. And here's Javier. Javier also struck out his first time up. Shaw from the stretch now. It's a 2-7 against the righty. It's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. Davenport has it. Throws to Lanier to McCovey. Double play. 6-4-3. And the side is retired. Bottom of the fourth, a scoreless duel here between Bob Shaw and Ray Sadecki. Top of the order for San Francisco. Good question, Mike C. And greetings, Rhodes Scholar. RS is for the Giants. And Mike C. asked, when did Strat add the 5 through 8 for pitchers hitting? It used to be 1 through 4. True, it also there was no end power. It was all weak. Now you've got 1 through 8, W or N. I don't know when they added the 5 through 8. I'm trying to think back. Because I didn't play the set for a long time. It goes back way before this, but I know they had it in 2010. And I'm sure it predates that by many years. So here's Davenport to lead off the bottom of the fourth now. Sadecki gets the sign from McCarver. Pitch to Davenport, a 6-5 to the right-hander is a fly ball into right field. It's hanging up nicely for Brock. He's camped under it now and makes the catch one away. And here's Ollie Brown, no relation to Charlie Franklin. Sadecki into the windup. 6-11 to the right-hander. And that's a base hit. Up the middle for Brown. So Ollie Brown, the first hit of the ball game for San Francisco, and he's aboard with a 1-out single. Not a threat to steal. And here's the Big Mac, Willie McCovey. Sadecki fanned McCovey his first time up today. Now working from the stretch. The pitch is a 6-3 to the lefty. A fly ball to left field X. That's Alex Johnson, a 4E13. Johnson ranging to the gap. Here's the roll on the play on a 19. He can't get it. That's a single, 2 stars. Brown will take third. So runners at the corners, 1 away. And here's Willie Mays. Really no place to put him with Jim Ray Hart waiting in the on-deck circle. Cardinals will play at double play depth with 1 away. Sadecki, the pitch to Willie Mays. That's a 2-8 single to 3. But on 11, that line drive is going to find the glove of Charlie Smith. Throws back to first, not in time. McCovey back in on the liner to third, and there's 2 down. McCovey wasn't far off the bag, but Smith threw over there anyway. 2 outs, and here's Hart. Hart flew to center his first time up. Sadecki gets his sign now from the stretch. That's a 3-11 to Hart. That's a deep fly ball to left field, backing up Johnson, just shy of the track. He puts it away for the out. So no runs, 2 hits. They leave a pair. And we've played 4 scoreless. And continuing the pitcher's hitting card conversation, Mike C. mentions the latest teams he had were 86 before started back up when you retired. I think a lot of us do that. Get back into Strat in retirement. I didn't really get out. I got out between 91 and late 92, and that was it. Very short break. But I played in a tournament with the 02 cards or 03 cards. That was the last time I entered a face-to-face card and dice tournament, and I'm trying to remember what pitchers' hitting cards were used, because in tournaments the pitcher bats, there's no DH. I think they might have had it even then, the 1 through 8. But don't hold me to that. Shaw ready to work in the 5th. It's going to be Buchek, Sadecki, and Brock. Vucek singled his first time up. Shaw into the windup now. It's a 6-7 to the right-hander. Grounder to second base X. That'll be Lanier. Lanier a 2-E8 as he ranges behind the bag. Here's the roll on the play on a 2. He's not going to get that one. Holy cow, that's a base hit. And that would have been a tough play for anyone. So a leadoff single by Vucek. He did the same thing in the third. And here comes Ray Sadecki. Now, normally you don't say here comes when the pitcher bats, but we've already seen what Sadecki could do when he doubled in the third. Left-handed hitter with end power from the stretch on a 3-8. He struck him out. So Shaw gets the best of Sadecki this time around, 1 away. And here's Brock, 1 for 2 today. That's a 5-11 to the left-hander. That's going to be a base hit into right field, an open single. Vucek can try to advance on that. Brown, however, with a -4 cannon. Last time he tried, he couldn't advance on Mays, and now 1 through 8. Actually 1 through 10, because the third is +2 from right field. Still not enough to chance it. Vucek will hold up at second base on a long single by Lou Brock. First and second, 1 away. Here's AJ now. 0 for 2. Shaw with the windup and the pitch. That's a 3-9 to the right-hander. High fly ball to deep left field. Back goes the Lou to the track to the wall. It's gone. Alex Johnson has just put the Cardinals in front with a 3-run home run. Let's take another look. 3-9, homer to 6. The roll is a 4. And boy, he didn't clear the fence by much, but enough to plate 3. And it's 3-0. Shaw and S7 as far as endurance goes. And here's Kurt Flood now. Shaw into the windup. Pitch to Flood, a 6-6 to the righty. Swung on and missed strike 3. So Shaw K's Flood, and with 2 down, here's McCarver. McCarver 0 for 2. Shaw into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-3, grounder down to first base. McCovey has it. He'll take it himself. And that will retire the side, with the Cardinals jump out in front with 3 runs on a 3-run homer by Alex Johnson. For Alex Johnson, that's his 3rd home run of the season. And yeah, we've got a Charlie and a Brown, absolutely. Sadecki staked to a 3-run lead now. It'll be a Lou, Barton, and Lanier for San Francisco. Sadecki gets his sign. Here's the windup. Pitch to Lou is a 112 against the left-hander. He pops him up on the right side. Javier under it. 1 away. Here's Barton now, 0 for 1. Let's look at Barton's card. This is his first game he's played this year. Only had 91 at-bats, hit 176, no home runs. So not much going on there except a day off for Tom Haller, quite frankly. And here's the pitch to Barton. That's going to be a 110, tapper down to second base. Javier has it. Throws him out 2 away. And here's Lanier. Lanier 0 for 1. Sadecki into the windup. And on a 1-8, he's got a base hit the other way into right field. Lanier reaches out and just pokes it into right. Brock over to pick it up. Lanier will round and hold its first base with a single. Always tough in the 5th inning when you're thinking about whether to let the pitcher bat or hit. He is an S7. It's early enough I'm going to let him hit. He's a 4. And here's the pitch on a 1-8. Struck him out. No runs, a hit, one left. We've played 5. It's 3-0 St. Louis. Let's see if Shaw can reward my faith and leave him in the game. It'll be Smith, Kernick, and Javier for St. Louis. Charlie Smith, 0 for 2 so far. Shaw goes into his windup. The pitch is a 1-6, and he walks him. So Smith works out the walk. He's on board to lead things off here. Not a threat to run, and here's Kernick. Kernick 1 for 2. Shaw from the stretch now. It's a 2-10 against the righty. That's going to be a base hit into left field, an open single. Smith can try to go to third on that, but that's going to be a total of -3. 1 through 10, -3, 7. No, he will hold up. And the Cardinals are in business here. First and second, nobody out. Holy cow, Shaw's in a jam here now. Already trails by 3, and here's Javier with runners at first and second and nobody out. Shaw from the stretch. A 5-6 to the righty. Grounder to shortstop. That's going to be 2. Davenport to Lanier to McCovey. Double play. Smith, of course, goes into third. 2 down now. And Jerry Buchek will be the batter. He's 2 for 2. I'm thinking whether they would put him on or not. Actually, I'm thinking I'm managing the Giants, and I would not put him on. They're going to pitch to him. From the stretch, a 5-5, tapper down to third. Hart has it, throws him out, and the Cardinals strand one. No runs, a hit, 1 left. So the double play bails Shaw out of what could have been another sticky inning for him. And the score remains 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order for San Francisco. If they're going to get something going, they better get going soon here. Sadecki only allowed 3 hits so far, all singles, and somebody in the Giant front office is going, hey, maybe we should trade for that guy. Here's the windup and the pitch. A 6-8 to the righty, grounder to second base X. That's Javier. Javier, a solid 2E15. Here's the roll on the play. It's a 4. Javier, a diving stop behind the bag. To his feet, throws him out. Oh, my God, what a play by Julian Javier. A 4-3X web jam. And they're showing that one again on the replay board. And that'll bring up Ollie Brown. Brown's 1 for 2 today. Sadecki with a windup. The pitch to Brown is a 4-6 to the right-hander. A tapper down to short. That's going to be Buchek. Throws him out 2 down quickly here in the 6th. And that'll bring up McCovey. McCovey 1 for 2. Sadecki the windup. Pitch to McCovey, a 3-3. It's a tapper to second base. That's Javier again. Throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ray Sadecki. We've played 6 here. It's 3-0 St. Louis. Sadecki's been marvelous through 6. Shaw appears to be merely hanging on. We'll see what happens as Sadecki comes in here to lead off the 7th. This is for an S7. This would be the first inning of potential fatigue for Shaw. Sadecki, a left-handed hitter. And here's the pitch on a 5-7. Sadecki rips a base hit into right field. And with that, there's going to be some action in the San Francisco pen. Sadecki's 2 for 3. Let's see who it's going to be. Who's loosening down there? Got to get my binoculars out to see it from here. Lindy McDaniel, the righty. Joe Gibbon, the lefty, loosening down there in the San Francisco pit. And here's Lou Brock now. And good point, Franklin. No, they probably didn't. But don't worry, I brought one with me in my time machine. Here's Brock to lead off. Sorry, not to lead off. Sadecki's aboard with a lead-off single. Pay attention to the game, Steve. From the stretch, the pitch to Lou Brock is a 2-5 to the right-hander. It's a single 12, but on a 20. That's going to be scooped up by Lanier. He goes to Davenport, and that's it. That's going to be a forced play. 4-6, Sadecki is forced. And now Brock's on first. He'll have to be held on. And he's a 1 through 18 held. He's going to try for the lead 2 through 7. On an 8, he doesn't get it. Remember, he's still a 1 through 16 on his back number. 15 plus 5 minus 4. 80%. The pitch to Johnson, and there goes Brock, 1 to 16. He's in there on a possible overthrow number. Let's see what Barton is. He's a 1 through 3, and there is no overthrow. Another stolen base for Lou Brock. That's his second of the ball game. That puts him in scoring position with 1 away. And here's the next pitch to Johnson. A 1-6 tapper to shortstop. Davenport has it, throws him out, runner will hold. And with 2 away, it'll be up to Curt Flood. Flood 0 for 2. Struck out twice, and in between those 2 was hit by a pitch. Shaw ready now. Here's the pitch to Flood. It's a 1-4. Right-handed, pops him up left side. Infield fly rule. Davenport's there. And Brock is stranded again. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Shaw works his way out of another jam. Sadecki pitching so well today, I hadn't even looked at his endurance yet, but he's only in S5. So he's already into his 3rd inning of possible fatigue. And he'll be looking at the 3 big righties, Mays, Hart, and Alou. And if the Giants are ever going to get it going, it better be now. 3-0 St. Louis, bottom of the 7th. Sadecki into the windup. Pitch to Willie Mays. It's a 4-4. Grounder to shortstop X. That's Buchek. Nothing automatic about this with a 4E56. And here's the roll on the play. On a 20, I'll be darned. Buchek makes a fine play. Well, there I was deriding Buchek. And he says, I'll show you. I can play a little shortstop. And here's Jim Ray Hart now. And frankly, I didn't know Doctor Who was in town. I think The Who are too. They're playing the Cow Palace Wednesday night. And here's the pitch to Hart. 6-6 to the righty. He walks him. Ball 4. So an 11 pitch at bat for Jim Ray Hart. And Sadecki could be losing it here in the 7th. And here's Alou now. Yeah, Hart just kept fouling him off until he got the walk. Sadecki working from the stretch. The pitch to Alou, a 5-5, swung on and missed strike 3. And let's see now for Sadecki, that's only his 3rd K of the game. And it's going to be up to Barton. Sadecki from the stretch. The pitch to Barton, a 2-10. Pop up left side, it is a pop out as Buchek will take it. Infield fly rule in effect. And down go the Giants in the 7th. So a marvelous performance here by Ray Sadecki. against the San Francisco Giants. And how ironic is that in just a few days on the schedule, the Giants will trade Orlando Cepeda for Ray Sadecki. Perhaps it was this ball game that cemented their opinion of the pitcher. Shaw coming out for the 8th. McDaniel and Gibbon appear ready. And here's McCarver to lead things off. Tim's 0 for 3 today. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-8 high fly ball to right field. That's down and into the corner. Picked up by Brown. McCarver rounding, headed for third. Brown's throw. McCarver's in there with a triple. Holy crap. Let's take another look. 1-8 to 2. It's a 19. Triple otherwise. Wow, I got to check that out. McCarver. Hell, McCarver had 13 triples that year. 1 through 12 runner and an asterisk stealer. You don't see any of those three things out of the catcher very often. Oh, you'll see a 1 through 12 running occasionally. And here comes Herman Franks, and he's seen enough. That triple is going to seal Shaw's fate. And here comes Lindy McDaniel. Charlie Smith to bat, Kernick to follow. McDaniel, a fine card. 10-5 in real life with a 2.66 ERA. The season replay, however, has been another story. He's been in 5 ball games. He's 0-2 with a 10.29 ERA. In 7 innings of work, he surrendered 14 hits. So you'd have to assume things are going to get better for Lindy McDaniel. For Shaw, 7+. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 hits allowed. He walked only 1 and hit another. Struck out 4, 5, 6. Struck out 6. And here's McDaniel. Runner on third, nobody out. The Giants will pull the infield in. And here's Charlie Smith, 0 for 2 with a walk. McDaniel set now, full windup. That's a 5-9 to the righty. Grounder to shortstop. That's going to be made by Davenport. Runner will hold. 1 down, infield still in as Kernick comes to bat. Infield in. Here's the pitch to the left. A 2-3, and he walks him. Ball 4. Kernick works out the 1-out walk. Runners at the corners and 1 away. And that makes it interesting. As Javier comes to plate, he's a B bunter. Not a ton of ground ball A's on that card. They're going to keep it infield in. Here's a pitch from McDaniel. 3-8 to Javier. He struck him out. Holy cow. So McDaniel doing a high wire act here so far. He inherited a man on third and nobody out. Now there's first and third, 2 away, and it's up to Buchek. McDaniel ready to work now from the stretch. Pitch to Buchek, a 2-8, swung on and missed strike 3. And how about that? Lindy McDaniel. Off to a rather poor start this year, did a hell of a job here, stranding McCarver at third. No runs a hit, 2 left on. Let's take a look at the St. Louis bench now. For one thing, I'd like to get that Francona out of there, as well as Buchek in his 4E56. So Dal Maxville is going to come in, take over at short. He's a 2E28. And we'll get this nameless Kernick out of my way, which he makes it difficult to flip the lineup over. That's the main reason here. Francona 4E22 is going to come in. So they don't get any better on the defense there. Well, they do actually. On overall, they do. They get a tiny bit worse at first base and much better at shortstop. So on balance, they get better. And some interesting trivia there by Franklin Long. Top movie for '66 was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Okay, remind me to never do that again. It'll be Lanier, the pitcher's spot, and Davenport for the Giants in the bottom of the 8th. Sadecki's going for it. Here's Lanier now, right-handed hitter. Sadecki, the windup. Pitch to Hal Lanier, 3-10. Foul ball, left side. Smith drifting into foul ground. He's got it. And now we'll have a batter for McDaniel, who I should have done a double switch for. One inning, no hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Well, that's a shame. Sadecki, Brock, Johnson. It'll be Joe Gibbon, the lefty. Well, with 2 left-handed batters coming up, maybe just as well in this case. And now we'll have a batter for San Francisco. And why not? He's going to face the man he's going to be traded for. Orlando Cepeda will come off the bench. And yeah, that's funny, Franklin. Yes, I mean, you guys have seen me do it before. For the most part, the nameless or computer-only cards, they play 7 innings. Or roughly, give or take an inning. So it's not like you haven't seen this before. Okay, 1 down, and here's Cepeda. Ray Sadecki versus Orlando Cepeda. And here's the pitch. On a 3-4, struck him out. Holy cow, Sadecki's really dealing today. With 2 away, it'll be up to Davenport. Davenport's 0 for 3. Here's the windup and the pitch. On a 2-8, it's a fly ball into center field. Flood drifting under it now and puts it away. And another 3-up, 3-down inning for Ray Sadecki, who's having the game of his season here tonight. And it will be Joe Gibbon, the lefty, coming on for San Francisco. And Sadecki's going to bat. Left-handed hitter, he's an 8N. Gibbon into the windup. Pitch to Sadecki, a 6-8, double to 4, that's a base hit. And Ray Sadecki is 3 for 4. Scoreless 8 innings and 3 for 4. Looks to me like somebody's campaigning for Chief Spokane Gary Player of the Game. And welcome, Rick. So runner on first, nobody out. Here's Brock. Left on left. That's going to be a 6-5, swung on and missed strike 3. Gibbon fans Brock, 1 down. And here's Alex Johnson. Gibbon from the stretch. A 1-8 grounder to short, that's going to be 2. Davenport has it, shovels to Lanier, to McCovey. 6-4-3. And that will retire the side. No runs a hit, nobody left on. Last chance for the Giants in the bottom of the ninth. Sadecki trying for the complete game shutout. He's got to go through Ollie Brown, Willie McCovey, and Willie Mays. He sure does, Mike. He's only given up 3 hits, and he has 3 hits of his own. He's ready to work now as Brown steps in from the right side. The sign from McCarver, the windup, the pitch, a 4-2 to the right-hander. Fly ball to left field, playable for Alex Johnson. He's there to make the catch, 1 down. And here's McCovey now. McCovey 1 for 3 today. Sadecki into the windup. Here's the pitch to Willie McCovey. On a 6-7, he loses in ball 4. So a 1-out walk to McCovey. And look who's coming up. Willie Mays. 3-0 St. Louis. 1 out in the ninth. Man on to first. Sadecki from the stretch. The pitch to Willie Mays, a 6'10", right-handed catcher's card X. That's McCarver, a 3E3. And here's the roll on the play. On a 12, that will be the error rating. So we've got a roll of a 9 on an E3. That's a ground ball C. McCarver out in front of the plate, throws down to first. McCovey will take second. And with 2 outs, the Giants are down to their last out, and it will be Jim Ray Hart standing between Sadecki and a complete game shutout. Sadecki, very deliberate now. Stares in to get the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Hart. 5-7, swung on and missed strike 3, and that's the ball game. And holy cow, what a game by Ray Sadecki. And now I can see why they traded for him. Holy crap. Three to nothing. A 3-hit shutout for Sadecki. He walked a pair. He didn't strike out many. 3, 4, hang on, he did pick it up at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the win, he evens his record at 1-1. Shaw with the loss drops to 2-1. Gibbon in his inning of work, 1 hit, no walks, a K. So 2 scoreless innings out of the San Francisco pen. The Cardinals end up with 3 runs on 11 hits, no errors. The Giants, of course, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. Chief Spokane Gary player of the game is a unanimous Ray Sadecki. And thank you guys, I appreciate the company. Thanks for joining me. The Giants failed to gain ground on the Dodgers and the Pirates. Tomorrow's game will be the Houston Astros at the Atlanta Braves. That's the first game of April 30th on the schedule. And the pitchers in that one are going to be Larry Dierker for Houston, Ken Johnson for Atlanta. And that's right, Mike, a rare no-error game. Pitchers duel supreme. Shaw pitched a decent game and came up short. Steve Eckel, I'm thanking you all for hanging out with me. Join me again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific. Meantime, I want to wish you all a very pleasant good evening. Thanks again, guys.